So in this video, we're going to cover how to turn your LinkedIn profile into a high ticket funnel that puts you in a position where you can really start to attract your ideal clients on autopilot. Now, 82% of your ideal clients are visiting your LinkedIn profile before they ever agree to a call with you. It's the single most important piece of digital real estate that you own. So let me ask you a question. Is your profile a dusty, outdated resume, or is it a 24/7 sales machine that qualifies buyers and generates inbound leads? Now, I'm in a situation where I'm able to generate inbound leads on autopilot through my profile. So through this video, I'm not going to give you fluff. I'm going to give you the exact step-by-step blueprint to transform every section of your LinkedIn profile, from your banner to your experience, into a high ticket funnel that turns viewers into qualified sales calls. So get ready to take some notes here, because you can see here over 55,000 followers that I've generated all organically on LinkedIn, while also 10 million impressions that I've driven, with our clients having calendars that look like this, inboxes that are full with qualified prospects like this, and a Stripe dashboard with payments that are being received like this. So if you want to be in a similar position, the first thing that I need from you is to have a complete mindset shift, because your LinkedIn profile is not a resume designed to get you a job. It's a sales page designed to get you a client. Every single section has a job to do in that sales process. So your headline is like your main H1 tag. It needs to grab the right person's attention immediately. Your about section is then your sales letter. It must take that reader on a journey from their problem to your solution. And your featured section, this is your primary call to action section, is where you move people from your profile into your funnel. And then your experience section, that's your proof. It's where you actually back up your claims with real world results. Now, for the rest of this video, we're going to break down how to optimize each of these 4 critical sections, and we'll start at the top here. So if you look at this breakdown, you can see exactly how this would be structured. Now, your headline is the most important part of your profile, because it shows up everywhere in search results, connection requests, and comments. So a generic headline like CEO at ABC company, that's just a wasted opportunity. You actually need a headline that qualifies and attracts. And here's the formula that we typically would use. It starts with your role or title, then a vertical bar, and then the magic sentence. So it could be something like, I help your ideal client achieve their desired outcome through your unique mechanism, right? So let's break this down. Your ideal client should be specific. It shouldn't just say businesses, but instead it could say something like B2B SaaS founders or marketing agencies. And then their desired outcome, that should be tangible. So not like grow their business, but it could be add 50K in monthly recurring revenue. And then your unique mechanism, this is your secret sauce. So it shouldn't just say like marketing, it could say LinkedIn content systems or outbound prospecting. So if you look at my headline, for example, you can check it out right now. It says words along the lines of founder at Influx, and then it says I help B2B service owners to be able to generate qualified leads on autopilot through LinkedIn. So when my client reads that, they know instantly that they're in the right place. This one sentence does 90% of the qualification for you. Now, if your headline gets the click, it's then your about section. That's what's going to get them to book a call. So do not write this in the third person. You can actually write it like you're speaking directly to your ideal client. And here's the 4-part framework that we typically use. So part 1 is your hook. So start by stating their problem even better than they can. So for example, you could say something like, most B2B consultants are trapped in the feast and famine cycle, relying on inconsistent referrals to keep the lights on. Then part 2 is about agitation. Basically dig into the pain of it. So you could say, what are the consequences of this problem? And you could say this then leads to unpredictable revenue, constant anxiety, and an inability to scale. So you basically want to make them feel the pain of inaction. Part 3 is then the solution. So this is where you introduce your unique mechanism as the clear path forward. So basically you could say a solution is to build a predictable lead generation system on LinkedIn, turning your expertise into a content engine that attracts qualified buyers. And then part 4 is the call to action. So be direct. Tell them exactly what you do. So you could say something like, if you're ready to break free from the referral trap, click on the link in my featured section to watch my free training on how we build these systems. So you're basically guiding them to the next step. Now, the featured section is actually one of the most underutilized parts of LinkedIn, because this is your chance to visually guide people into your world. So you should really have 3 things here strategically ordered. First and most importantly, a direct link to your video sales letter or your primary lead magnet. So the thumbnail should be a clear call to action like watch our free training now. This is the main conversion point of your entire profile. Secondly, a link to a high value case study. So this provides the proof, right? It could be a PDF, a blog post, or even a Google Doc, for example. The title should be results oriented, like case study, how we generated 100K in pipeline for a B2B SaaS client, as an example. And then third is a link to your best piece of pillar content. This could be a YouTube video, it could be a detailed LinkedIn article, or a popular post. This then shows them that you provide value and gives them another way to engage with your expertise. So don't make this section just a random collection of links. It's actually a deliberate 3-step journey from interest to proof to conversion, right? Now, with all of that said, you've then got your experience section, which is basically your proof. And so there's some do's and don'ts when it comes to this. Now, most people treat this like a resume, basically just listing their job duties, but this can be a mistake because no one really cares about your responsibilities. They more so care about your results, especially if this is a potential client. So go through every single entry in your experience section and reframe it from a responsibility to an accomplishment. And wherever possible, make it quantifiable. So avoid just saying something like responsible for marketing and sales, and instead say, grew company from $1 million to $5 million in 18 months by implementing a direct outbound sales process that booked 15 qualified meetings per week. Don't say something like managed client accounts. Instead, say maintained a 95% client retention rate over 3 years by delivering an average of 300% ROI on ad spend. So every single entry should be like a mini case study that really proves that you're an expert who actually gets results. And when a prospect scrolls through your experience, they shouldn't just see a list of jobs. They should see a track record of success that makes working with you really feel like a sure thing. So there you have it. This is really the complete blueprint for actually turning your LinkedIn profile from just a resume into a high ticket sales funnel. We covered the headline, the about section, the featured section, and the experience section. So if you implement everything that we've discussed today, you'll be ahead of 99% of the competition. But an optimized profile is really useless without traffic. So the next step is to build the content engine that actually drives your ideal clients to your profile every single day. That is the second piece of the puzzle, and that's exactly what I break down in a completely free training, which I'm going to leave a link to in the description box below. So if you are ready to build the full system, just go in the description box right now, click on the link that I've left to that free video. And if you have also gained value from this particular video, please do take a second just to hit the like button, comment, share, and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you on the other side of the training I've left in the description box below.